like yours will surely come my way. Hey, hey, hey. Every day seems a little longer. Every way love's a little stronger. Come what may, do you ever long for true love from me? There you go, and baby, here am I. Will you left me here so I could sit and cry? Well, golly gee, what have you done to me? Well, I guess it doesn't matter anymore. Love you like I do.
Hello again, and welcome to another edition of Cars and Us. This weekend, Cars and Us is taking a trip out to the world's largest 50s party out in Parsippany, New Jersey. Let East, promoted by none other than Terry Cook, the legendary promoter in the car industry and the music industry. And this is a 4-day event. If you haven't been out here before, you have to come out at least once to take a look. I guarantee if you come out once, you're going to come out for the full days. You're going to make reservations for the following year. This happens to be the 25th year, so it's a little bit special, a little bit more special. There's a lot more events here. In a few minutes, we're going to get Terry Cook on with us, and then we'll learn more about it. So why don't you stick with us for the next 30 minutes, and we'll get out there and we'll show you some really fantastic cars and show you what Let East is all about so that you can come out here and make plans for next year. As I said in my intro, we're going to get an opportunity to get Mr. Terry Cook with us because there's so much involved that it's amazing that we're lucky to get a few minutes with him here at this time because, as I said, this is a 4-day event. Let East is the largest 50s party in the East Coast or on the East Coast. And Terry Cook has been promoting this. This is his 25th year. So, first of all, let me welcome you to Cars and Us, Terry, and I have to wish you success, more success for the next at least 25 years. And it's been a pleasure. You're a very generous host to us out here. What you promote, what you started so many years back, has just turned into something that's extravagant.
Right. It's we just kept trying new ideas and adding new things, and some of them were successful and accepted, and some of them weren't. We tried things like we had the play Grease performed by a theater group at our event one time, and they did a fabulous job, but nobody cared. And then we also have tried things like 50s karaoke and other things that were just a screaming success, or the prom. We tried the prom, and it turned out to be a really, really big success. So we just keep trying different ideas and keep the ones that work. But we have had things like drive-in movies every year for 25 years. We've had drive-in movies. Then now we've got triple feature every night for all 4 nights. We never duplicate the same movie, but we're showing great movies like Steve McQueen and The Blob,
Oh, yeah,
And of
sure.
course, tonight we're showing in 3D. We're showing Creature from the Black Lagoon, and we gave people 3D glasses, and we're showing Rebel Without a Cause, which we showed at the first Let East, so we're showing it as a kind of a nostalgic thing because 25 years ago we showed that movie at our first event.
Now, so the viewers know, basically when they come out here for 3 days, 4 days, we have the 50s show. Ronnie I puts on the 50s shows. But, you know, I'd like you to give kind of a rundown of what the agenda would consist of for those people that haven't been out here and that would like to come out.
Well, we have bands performing that you can dance to. We had 2 different bands performing, one in the lobby and one in the ballroom on Thursday night. Friday night we have a sock hop outdoors for the kids, and we have a sock hop indoors in the lobby atrium. We also had a concert on Friday night. We have a concert on Saturday night, concert on Sunday night. We have Saturday afternoon and Sunday afternoon from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the ballroom. We have 5-part harmony, doo-wop, boop, 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 boop. People singing without musical accompaniment, without, instruments.
All the acapella.
Oh, they're fabulous. And also they'll be standing around in the hallway just getting their heads together because the guys get together and love the music. And we have the prom on Sunday night, and we have bands outside on Saturday afternoon and Sunday afternoon. We have... this is the only car event I've ever been to that has an activity that's scheduled to start at 1:30 in the morning and goes till sunrise out in the parking lot with Gup with his jukebox-powered 58 Oldsmobile.
I'm glad you took that segue to introduce the Gup as well. We have been seeing him quite frequently since last year. Had him on my show, of course, out at the Cruising for Kids out in Harmon Plaza out in Secaucus.
Right.
So we look forward to attending his parties after hours, so to speak.
Right. He's just one of the many people that that we add together. We have Jerry Wolfman Burst, who does our outdoor public address system.
Yes.
The Wolfman, and Gup does spins and does special performances where people go and dance. He also broadcasts his radio show. Did it last night live for 3 hours for WMTR. Let me see. We've also got other special people like Paul Rodriguez comes down from Rhode Island and dresses up as Big Boy with the bib overalls and rides around. It looks like Big Boy. And we have a number of other people like that, some of who are not part of our crew, but are just spectators who get into it, or car owners who get into it.
About how many cars would you hold, or can you hold out here?
I think our capacity is 1,400, and today, which is Saturday, we're going to probably put a full sign at the registration at about noon because we'll have 1,400 cars on the property.
And what's really intriguing, I think the viewers would, when they come out here, everybody cruises. It's 24 hours a day. Everybody's cruising. Somebody might pull out, somebody else will pull in, and they just cruise the whole area. Right,
that's correct. We have one-way cruising around the hotel parking lot to make the flow easier instead of just from a traffic standpoint. But it's at most car events that you go to, they're done by 4 in the afternoon. Ours is just getting started at 4 in the afternoon.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Now, one of the things that I guess the viewers should know that you do have a cutoff year here, and I believe it's 1972.
That's correct.
Now, the question I have for you is it going to remain at 72, or what's your position on that?
It will probably remain at 72. We have a lot of guys with old cars who are adamant that we keep it old cars, although every year, every car gets 1 year older. But I think that for a while we're going to keep it at 72. When we originally started the event in 1983, the cutoff was 1959.
Right.
Then we changed it to 63. Then we changed it to 67, and then it sneaked up to 72. Right. But I think we're going to hold it at 72 for a while.
Let's travel back 25 years ago to Flemington, New Jersey, at the track. What prompted Terry Cook to promote such an event?
Well, there was an organization in the East and the Midwest called the Custom Kemps of America, KKOA, and they held custom car events. And I kept calling the guy up and saying, when are you going to do one back east? When are you going to do one back east? And he said he's going to do one. And I said, listen, what if I find a fairgrounds and put on the event and we'll call it the KKOA East? And he said, fine. And I started working and organizing the event. And we sort of had a falling out before the event happened, and so it was no longer a KKO event. It was just Let East. It was just my event. And it's grown and mushroomed, every year since then.
A little bit of trivia. I ran the Marcus Dairy Cruise up in Danbury, Connecticut. And I can remember you back, it was probably, I don't know, I got to say maybe 20 years or so ago, when you used to come up and hand out flyers.
Well, yeah, I did. I'd hand out flyers wherever I would go to the car events. But I've been to the Marcus Dairy Cruise. That was a great deal. That was bikes one night and cars one night.
Yeah.
It was a great cruise.
Yeah, had an enjoyable time for a while.
Yeah.
But in any event, just a little bit of a sidebar. They're actually closing down the dairy. You probably haven't heard because you're out here, but just recently they made an announcement that they're going to demolish the milk building and they're going to put up a strip mall.
Boy, oh, what a shame. Just what we need is another mall.
Another strip mall, right? So, but you know, all good things they say must come to an end. But I hope that that never happens with you. I hope you continue to do this event because it's fantastic. Richie, my cameraman, has been with you since you were out in Flemington. That's 25 years ago.
Right.
And faithfully, you know, he's out here, and we both try to come out. We try to spend a little more time. Sometimes we get a day. Sometimes we get a couple of days. But this is fantastic for anybody that hasn't been out here. They must come out. And I have people coming out today just to see what it's like because they've never been here, and they come out because I tell them how great it is. And I guarantee you, come out today, and you'll make reservations for next year, and they'll be bringing their cars out too.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think this is really sensational what you do. Also, a little bit of, I think the viewers would be interested in your background. You are a real, true car person. Now, you were an editor of one of the most well-known magazines way back when.
Yeah, I was the editor of Carcraft magazine when I was a kid, and then I was the editor of Hot Rod magazine. Then I worked as a staff writer in New York City for Car and Driver magazine. So I basically started out as an automotive journalist, a wordsmith kind of thing. BS artist.
But you know what, Terry, you go way back with the guys. You have a history, which is great. This is close, near and dear to our hearts because of the fact that you have the background.
Yeah.
There's people out here that do events and they don't have the background.
I was the flag starter, the flag man at Island Dragway in 1961 when they opened.
Right. True. I have some old footage there. I don't know if I have to look to see if you're on there because I have the flagger.
And I was also in the Squires of Chatham Hot Rod Club in the late 50s, Chatham, New Jersey, which was a great club.
Now, did you ever run yourself, or you just worked at the track?
No, I had a dragster, had a sea dragster.
Did you?
World's heaviest and slowest sea dragster. It ran like
that's terrific.
It ran like 10 flat and ran 133 or something like that.
That was flying back then.
No, it was whatever. I mean, it may have been flying, but all the other dragsters were passing me.
They were passing you by. And did you strictly run at Island because that was your home track?
That was the home track, but we won the Eastern Drag News thing down in
Did you?
down in Atco, and we went to a race up in Connecticut, and we went to the Nationals, raced at the Nationals in Indianapolis and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we were never really very competitive. But you know, we were bucks down.
I was also the Eastern Drag News top dog in my class.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, they had a big banquet at the end of the day. It was great.
Yep.
That's back in the early 60s.
Yep, that's correct.
It was terrific. Atco is a great track.
It was.
Island was too.
Sure. Island's a little bit rustic, but
it is.
It's still running today. It's still hanging on.
That's right. You know, Island is a throwback to what my home track was, Dover Drag Strip up in Wingdale.
Oh, yeah.
And Island is just a typical secondary Dover Drag Strip. It is a throwback. They haven't changed virtually anything over there, you know?
But I was there. I am in the picture standing next to Don Garlitz when he set the record, the first 200-mile-an-hour
200
barrier.
miles an hour, that's correct.
Yeah, so it may be a little rinky-dink track, but it's got some history.
I never thought it that way. It's like people said that's the same thing about Dover. But you know what? We had all the top-name cars there, such did Island as well. Yeah. Now, Island was sanctioned, so we used to have the record runs out there.
That's correct. That's correct. It was an NHRA-sanctioned track.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
And it was a great track until, of course, National Speedway opened up, and then Englishtown opened up, and then it kind of took it away, you know.
Right.
But I tell all the guys now, if you want to race your car and get some time in, go out to Island and rent the track because they're great out there, and you'll get all the racing you want.
Yep.
You can't, Terry. You can't. I don't know if you've been to a track recently or not, but you can't. You're lucky if you get one time trial at Englishtown.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I've always liked Island Dragway. It's smooth, and there was a great story Chris Karmazinas ran his fuel dragster there one time, and the chute failed, and he went off the end of the track. And there was that railroad track?
Yes.
Ran perpendicular to the track at the end of the track.
Right.
And there was a kid who'd snuck in to watch the drags from sitting up on the railroad embankment, and Chris Karmazinas comes through the weeds. But didn't turn over, didn't flip, but he's bouncing through the weeds, four-wheeling with his dragster and his slingshot, and he ends up with the front wheels starting to go up the embankment, and takes off his helmet and his face mask and looks left and looks right and says to the kid, says to him, "You all right?" And he says, "Yeah, I'm all right." And he says, "Hey, kid, what time's the next train come through?"
That's terrific. And it hasn't changed. That shutdown area hasn't changed.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you know what? We're going to let you go because I know you have a lot to do.
I do.
And, again, I thank you very much for your hospitality. We're going to enjoy covering this event as we always do every year. And we'll look forward to a bigger and better show next year.
Well, I say God bless you guys. And if anybody wants any more information, we're on the internet at www.ledeast.net, which has full information for you.
Good.
And enjoy the day.
We'll put up the graphics, and we'll make sure we give you every bit of the promotion that you so well deserve, because you're the best out here.
Wow. Thank you very much. I appreciate
Harry,
it.
thank you so much.
God bless you.
Really, thank you again. One of the most popular cars out here, because it seems like everywhere you look, you see in every row or every lot, and there's numerous lots, trust me when I tell you, but the Chevy Nomad wagons. And I have Bob Sarwick, and he's got this gorgeous 1955 Nomad wagon. He's out here from New Jersey, and also a fellow that we've met at other events. So we want to get him and his car on Cars and Us. Bob, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Nice to see you out here. It was a pleasure. Didn't
Good to
expect
see
to see you. We didn't get a chance to talk or do an interview over Tommy's party, so now we got that opportunity.
Yeah, well, we got a better opportunity here. A lot more cars to see.
Well, that's for sure. Great event. I just spoke with Ralph over there, and it's a great club. You're a member of the club also?
Oh, yes, yes.
The New Jersey Cruisers?
Yep. We're basically husbands and wives.
Right.
That's what you see.
Right.
Where you see the husband, you'll find a wife around someplace.
That's terrific, because there's a lot of clubs out there that that have that same format, so to
Right.
speak.
Yeah, that's right. Sure.
Guys like to go and and do things
And they
on
leave their
own,
wives.
Yeah.
They leave their wives home.
No, it's great here because you have the wives that are into the cars and that that just enjoy being around the cars and
Sure.
enjoy helping out, which is a big plus, because you can't do everything by yourselves.
My wife details the car. She'll go around this car. If she sees spots, she'll clean them up. She don't care.
That's terrific. And now I know, in speaking to you last time, you travel all over.
All over.
I mean, this car must have 300,000 miles on it.
No. We pick our shows. We like Led East here. We like Lake George. We like the Wildwoods. And we like Tommy's Party is great.
Sure.
That you can't beat.
Sure.
And the Chatterbox, we go to the Chatterbox, which is great. And I will hope to see you guys there.
Now, for the viewers that are not familiar with Jersey and the Chatterbox, explain where that is and what they do.
They're on Route 15 and 206. I forget the name of the corners. I don't know why, but you can't miss the corners, and it's a big round circular building.
That's in what town in Jersey?
Wantage. It's right on the corner. You can't miss it. It's a big circular building, and normally on a Saturday afternoon after 4, there's 400 plus cars.
Right. The restaurant is a 50s motif?
50s, it's all kind of 50s memorabilia, and it's great. It's really nice.
And it's all blacktop?
Yes, all blacktop.
Right.
Where the show cars park. If you get there late, well then you'll park on the grass, and it's nice there too.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice area out there. We do have to try to make that. But I wanted to also being as we spoke about how much you travel, tell us a little bit about this Nomad. You've had it for a long time, right?
Well, this Nomad I've had from the early 60s. It was originally a 6-cylinder, 3-speed. Right now, it's a 396 4-speed. And it's a great motivating car. I tell you, I'd take it any place. I go from here to California, and I wouldn't think nothing of keeping the hood locked. That's how good it is.
That's how reliable it is.
That's how reliable it is. Yep.
That's terrific. What did you do to upgrade it to today's technology, or I mean, obviously it's not the same as it was in 55, outside of the motor and the transmission.
Well,
What else? Did you do anything to the suspension?
the suspension, not really. You just rebushed all the suspension to make it look good, nice and tight. And the motor is there. The motor I took out of a rollover.
Is that right?
Yeah, out of a rollover, and the trans come out of a rollover, so that wasn't bad. And I love the car.
Did you have to do any rebuilding on the engine or the transmission or anything?
No rebuilding. The engine only had 38,000 miles on it when I got it.
I see.
And originally, right now, I would say roughly 70,000 on the motor.
And you're pretty much out, though, every night at a cruise, right?
Oh, every night, just about. Yeah. Yep.
So you enjoy yourself, the car, and your wife enjoys the car in you.
That's right.
Well, that's
We
terrific.
enjoy everything.
That's really nice.
That's right.
It's nice. I'm glad we got a chance to get you for a few minutes here. Again, I'll thank you because you're a member of the club for treating us, Richie and I, to your exquisite gourmet lunch. I mean, it was fantastic.
That's Ralph's idea. Ralph is the show coordinator. He is something else.
Well, it was excellent. It was very well put together, and the food was excellent. And we're looking forward to
seeing this.
to dinner tonight.
Good. Oh,
You know?
yeah, definitely. Come on over. Sure.
Bobby, thank you so much.
I thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Thank you for
A
the
pleasure.
interview.
Thank you. I'm standing with a longtime friend of mine. We have in common. We have drag racing, of course, cars and everything else. And last time we saw one another was not last year, but 2 years ago up at the Hartford Expo Center. Big Al Liebman. Al is from New Jersey out here, and he's got a friend, Jerry Kine, and he's big. He's a friend with Barris, and he's big into the custom cars. But Al's got this great 32 Ford all steel car. So he said, you know what, we got to talk. So Al, you know what, a pleasure.
No problem.
All
Thanks,
right?
Dennis. Thanks for having me.
Nice to see you again.
Likewise.
I'm glad to see you out here, and I missed you last year at Hartford.
Yeah, I know. It's been busy. It's funny. I picked up this car about a year ago. I bought it from a guy in upstate New York. It's an all-steel 32 5-window that's chopped and channeled on the original chassis. It's kind of unique. It has a 348 with 3 deuces, which is early hot rod. And last year, instead of the Hartford show, I got invited to the Grand National Roadster show.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, where they had the top 75, and I wasn't one of them, but it was nice to go out there, and then I was out there for Deuce Week, and otherwise, I still got, my other 2 street rods, my Dodge and my GMC pickup, but since this is the year of the Deuce, I'm having a blast with this.
Right.
I put 6,500 miles on already, and I'm just driving it.
You were telling me that, and well, just so the viewers know, where did you go?
Well, let's see. I went to Louisville. I went to Columbus. I went to Syracuse, Macungie, just local shows in like South Jersey, Philadelphia. This next weekend, I'm going to Lake George. The following week, I'm going to Rhinebeck, and I think I'm going to take it to Charlotte.
Are you?
And I just get in and go. I don't.
That was the segue. I was just going to say, so the viewers know, you're the type of guy that you just get in the car and you just go.
If I go on a long trip, I take a couple extra parts because 348s are not the easiest things to find.
Right.
I just put a new water pump on. Maybe I carry an alternator or not even a starter, but a fuel pump. But otherwise, I get in, I go, and that's it. And I have fun going down the highway. I don't have air. The windows don't roll out. The vent is closed. So when it's 100 degrees, it's 100 degrees in the car, and I'm sweating, but I'm having a good time.
Sure. Well, these 348s, this is kind of one of my favorites because this is what I had in my 58 Chevy convertible, and that's what I raced with too. And you know what? Taken care of, they're very dependable.
Oh, extremely. I mean, it's not a big horsepower motor. It's probably, 280 horse, maybe a little less, but just driving and it goes. I mean, I put some new, I did a little tune-up this weekend on it because it, like I said, I drive it in all weather, rain, rain won't stop me. And it was time for a little tune-up, the spark. I did wires, plugs, cap, and the thing is pretty quick now.
Well, it should be. It's a great motor for this.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the guys used to run these with 348s, 409s, and it was a blast then.
And it's unique because you don't see a lot of them in 32s, as you know.
Oh, for sure. They're all 350 Chevys.
Right, very, very rare, and it gets a lot of attention. Like I said, this car, when it was done, it was even painted back in probably 1991. So if you look at the paint's pretty good shape for,
Speaking of the paint, what is it? Is it PPG color?